What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you rocking with me. Sitting out here on the deck, and we're gonna have a little drinky drink. My wife got me some of these DryFly canned cocktails. We had one of these, I don't know, a couple months ago. I think it was a Mai Tai, if I remember correctly, and it was not good. But she saw this one. This is on the fly, DryFly gin with natural flavor. That's all I know about it. Let's see. Oh, it's a Greyhound. I thought that was just some name they came up with. I have not heard of somebody ordering a Greyhound in so long. Anyways, it's gin with grape juice, so it actually should be pretty good. She also got me spicy, it was a jalapeno vodka mixed with lemonade. And I didn't record that because our last experience with these DryFlies was not good, but it was actually pretty tasty. Still not better than like mixing the drink yourself, but as far as a canned cocktail goes, pretty good. So, it smells good, smells like grapefruit juice. Let's give it a go. My problem with this is the same problem I had with the other one, with the lemonade one, is that the grapefruit juice isn't strong enough. It's so watered down that it's not distinctive. This is brought down to just under 5% ABV. I think the lemonade one was 7 or 8, if I remember correctly. But in that case, same thing. Like the lemonade was kind of Crystal Lightish, wasn't very flavorful. So I didn't love it, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't, like, I'd rather make my own hard lemonade, basically. Kind of the same with this. I think I'd rather use just mix gin and grapefruit juice, but it's not bad. So I kind of shit on DryFly with that Mai Tai that we did a while back. I thought it was disgusting, and it was. But honestly, these two that I've had since then, pretty good. Basically at the end of garage sale season. It's Labor Day weekend as I record this. We did go out yesterday. Actually, there were 5 or 6 sales yesterday that we went to, but man, it's been tough. There haven't been many sales at all. I talked about this in another video, but there haven't been too many sales this summer. And stuff was just overpriced, and good stuff was hard to come by. And it's so weird because you compare it to the year before. I don't know, maybe people were just like moving suddenly or having to downsize rapidly because of the early days of the pandemic. I don't know, but like stuff that I was getting, like you know, VCRs and Blu-ray players and stuff like that I was getting for $5 last year are $20 this year. You guys remember those Hooters calendars I came up with for free, basically? We made a killing off of those. Video games, DVD collections, all kinds of stuff like that, and it's just not happening this year. There has not been, I think, more than 5 garage sales in my area a weekend all summer, and most weekends have had like 1 or 2. And of course they're at opposite ends of the county, so you're going to drive like 2 or 3 hours total round trip to hit 2 garage sales. It just hasn't been worth it. It's crazy. I can't even put into words, like, our expectation. You guys have been with me for a while. When I got, no, I shouldn't say laid off, when my contract ended before I took this job, I was going to go full time. We would be like starving right now if I had gone full time, or I just would have had to hustle harder, I guess. I would have had to, you know, just go further and drive more and be out Friday and Saturday. And it's just so, I don't know how to put it to words. It's crazy how pathetic it's kind of been this year. And equally interesting to me is how slow the sales of things that have gone up has been. Like last year, I remember thinking, I'm like, well, people are out of work, so this stuff's gonna sit for a while, and it would sell like this. And basically everybody's back to work right now. Not 100%, but it's as close to universal as any other point in history as far as the unemployment rate. Stuff is just sitting, man. It's not selling very quickly at all. And it's selling for less than it did last year. And I don't believe, I don't accept that piddly little stimulus check combined with the rent moratorium had anything to, it wasn't even a rent moratorium, it was an eviction moratorium, that it had anything to do with the robust sales last year. I don't buy that. Something else was going on last year. Maybe people thought it was the end of the world, like legitimately. I joked about it. I still joke about it, that we're in the end times and there are no rules, and in a lot of ways it's true. But I don't know, maybe people really believed it and they were just like, screw it. I'm going to, almost like chasing a high. They were just buying what they wanted and doing what they wanted, and consequences be damned. And I don't know, maybe now consequence, or the reality has set in. Maybe there's still aren't consequences, but the risk has set in, or the self-awareness has set in. They're just not doing it anymore. I don't know. It's been very strange. And I was talking to my wife today because there's an auction that closes today. That local auction house that I, in the early days of the pandemic, was cleaning up at, getting things for really cheap and making a lot of money off them. And now it's like people are paying way over retail for stuff. I can't even think of a good example, but actually I can't think of an example. This week there's a collection of White House Historical Society Christmas ornaments. Apparently that's a thing. I don't know how many is in the collection, but it looked like they probably had 20 or 30. I comped, I don't know which ones are in there. They don't have them in the pictures. It's just like they showed 2 examples and then the box, and you could see, kind of count how many were in there, but you couldn't see which ones they had. But when I comped them on eBay, they ranged anywhere from, you couldn't give them away to, maybe $15 plus shipping, I think, on most of them. That thing is already over. It's like $150 right now, and bidding isn't closed. Okay, really weird cut, but I had to shut it down for a second. That guy was mowing the street for like 2 hours. Hey bud, you gonna be in the video? You look like a ragamuffin. He just got done eating lunch. Yeah, so, I mean, basically, if there's enough of them in there, like if there's 20 in there, if you average $10 a piece, okay, so you gross $200. After fees, you're down to like a 180 gross. Before taxes, actually, so you're actually less than that. Do you want down? You want it up, now you want down. This is what kids do, up and down, up and down, up and down. When you count, like for your time and everything, I mean, you're gonna maybe make 20-30 bucks by the time it's all said and done, and that's not counting your time and how long it might take to sell them all. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And that's just what I keep running into. I was this close to buying this giant bin of Pez dispensers this weekend. He wanted 50 bucks for them, which wasn't really unreasonable. It was probably $1 a piece, but most of them are $2, full retail. So I didn't comp them while I was there. I just kind of kept looking at them. A lot of them were new, and you've probably already seen that video, actually. I comped the ones I could kind of remember when I got home, and like there was a couple in there that were legit vintage. Like they didn't have the feet on them. They were from the 70s, and even those weren't really worth anything. They were worth like $5 a piece, $6 a piece. So it's just, that's just been the name of the game. Just I was gonna say all summer, but really it's been like that. Yeah, all summer for sure, but even just like all year, ever since probably, I would say October of last year, it's just been this steady and sharp drop off in the ability to make profit. I mean, I'm making everything that I'm selling, I'm doing really, really well on, but there's just not enough of it. There's not enough of it to generate, a full-time income. So on the point of buying property, if I could generate, let's say, enough income from eBay. My mom called, the guy was back out on the street lawn mowing the edge of his property. I can't catch a break. Anyways, the point I was gonna make was that if I can generate enough cash flow off of eBay, going back to the point I made in the previous video, to cover the rent on, or I shouldn't say the rent, the mortgage or whatever on the commercial property, then I won't pay taxes or much taxes on the money I make off of eBay, because the mortgage would be purchased through the company, so it would be a tax write-off. It's basically paying for itself, which is good, and sort of self-justifying the investment. Almost basically a free investment. And if, a couple years from now, whatever, maybe we get Starlink at some point out here. I've signed up. I'm on the wait list. We're supposed to be on the beta test, but so far it hasn't happened. Then, whatever, I can sell it or I can lease it out or whatever. The other piece of it was that my wife's not going back to work this year, which was kind of always planned, but it's like official now. So with her not going back to work, I wanted to hold off on really even thinking about anything. I wanted to make sure that we weren't super tight before I made any, even got myself like mentally invested in figuring any of that stuff out, because I was a little concerned that we would be